is Vegas All-Net Radio, the final frontier of free speech.
Views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of Vegas All-Net Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.
Welcome back to SinCityBounty.com, the only podcast where you learn a new curse word of the week and can use it appropriately in following conversations for the rest of the week.
That's right. Hey, we need to make sure that we do the curse word of the week this time before 8:30 because I have it set to post at 8:30.
Okay, so before 8:30, curse word of the week. Alrighty.
Why don't we start out with it?
We could. I mean, we can.
We can.
I'm down with it. You want to start out with curse word of the week?
Sure.
All right. Let's
we
start.
usually do it for the news.
Right, because then we can use it appropriately in conversation.
Right. Because we still have our 20-minute riff to do on something.
Right.
Any ideas what you want to do it on this week?
More Groupon dongs.
I saw that your sister posted her
sister
Groupon dong.
Yeah.
Her dong Groupon.
Right above the
But
children's
hers
books.
were lined up. Like there were multiple dongs in a line.
In various shades, too.
Yeah, that's right.
It was
Multiple
like
colors. It was very rainbow-ish.
the International House of Dong.
and it was over 5,000 purchased. Like,
Yeah.
go Groupon.
Right.
5,000, well, either 5,000 women or 2,500 really good women.
I know that when
Guys, use them.
Oh, that's true.
I know that when we posted the Groupon that you received on the Sin City Bounty wall on Facebook, there were so many people who were jealous of the fact that you got Groupons that had adult toys in them.
I mean, that's nothing to really be jealous of. That means I purchased vibrators off of Groupon.
Well, just for the fact that it's just more interesting, because all I get all I get in the Groupon emails that I get, which I have now since canceled because all I got were trips to exotic places that I could never afford.
Wait,
right?
You have to go into your Groupon email settings and change that shit. Mine is local deals. So
I just got rid of I just stopped. You can unsubscribe from a lot of these places.
I do.
So I have unsubscribed from so many different newsletters or emails or whatever it is.
And a word of wisdom, if you cannot find the unsubscribe button on the email itself, because sometimes they hide that shit, Google, if you use Gmail, Gmail has an unsubscribe link, and they will just immediately trash anything that comes through from that email sender anymore.
I once logged into a website that does it all for you. Granted, they probably put spyware in my computer, so they probably gave the heads up to Groupon as to what to send me. But
or ask your email social media savvy friend, and they can help you.
You all have that one nerd.
You do. And sometimes multiple nerds. Both Sierra and I would be able to help
I do.
Toxie over here if she needed it. So I have a mini rant. As a social media person, and I was telling you about this earlier today, I've been seeing these posts in my timeline about this guy who is touting himself as a social media expert. So there's these great little photos with quotes by him on it about social media tips and things. And I do that in the bottom of my emails that I send out to clients and things like that. I have these little tips written at the bottom. I know this guy. And I'm quite not like intimate, like we were boyfriend girlfriend, but I'm intimate in business
dealings
with him, and I know for a fact that he knows nothing about what he posts about social media. And I was reading one today, and I'm like, what? He can't even spell the words correctly, and got yelled at by his social media person in front of me once, and he's putting these posts up. And it just ticks me off to all end.
Any asshole with a Periscope and a Snapchat thinks they're some sort of social media guru.
If they get 15 likes on something, all of a sudden they're a social media expert. I think that's what it is.
Like 15 likes, mofo. I got one with 117.
This is
of course, it's on a group for fat chicks, and I posted something about being a pervert. But
this is how good at social media I am. All right, we started our show up mid-January.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-January. We have been back on this station for just over a month and a half, right? Almost 2 months. Right now, out of all the shows on the station, we are number 3 in downloads
Nice.
for our audio, not even our video. I haven't even touched the video numbers yet. Just our audio. We're top 3 downloaded show out of 30 shows. That's what. Oh, thank you very much.
It's because we're amazing.
We're going to
Right.
surpass the other 2 that are in front of us because of our social media skills. Because you guys have been helping this time round, which is great.
Mhm.
So
That's
that's what social media can do for you.
I just post things about farting.
And it works.
I went to post something about a clit, but we already had something about
We
a
did.
clit that was just posted. I'm like,
that
you
came
can't
from
have double clit posts.
Yeah, we can.
That came from a science page, which I love. Science about the clit.
Well, mine is a little video with a song.
I think you should
It's
post
very
it.
catchy.
I think you should so post it anyway.
You should post it from your computer so that you can post it to our page as Toxie, because you can do that.
I do that.
Oh. I just discovered that.
I send it to my Toxie page and then go from there.
Right.
Because I normally, I often see things on my regular computer and I don't associate the 2 computers for fear I'll post, about the clit to my boss. So,
Hey, boss, clit!
we try not to cross that. But, yeah. So.
I'm going to try to get more of my coworkers on this show so there can be less rumors about us doing this show naked.
I think
around
that's a
my
great
office.
idea because there is actually quite a fun bunch over there.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know that we're not wearing pants.
It's true. It is radio. Even in normal radio, we could get away without pants.
Yeah, we could.
Trust me. I work with terrestrial radio, regular, plain old rock and roll on the radio. Sometimes those motherfuckers show up in pajama pants and sweat tops.
Oh, God.
Looking all messed up. And I'm like, that's the fucking life. Right there. I just rolled out of bed with some bedhead and some drool all dried up on my face. And now I'm going to listen to my favorite music for 4 hours.
I know a couple of people who do their radio shows from home. They pipe them in through some whatever, Cox something. And I can see rolling out of bed in your pajamas with the spittle on the side of your face doing that kind of show.
That's
But if
how
you
I
have
work
to
every
go
day.
into somewhere, if you have to go into a professional place, please take the pajama pants off and put on some pants. Oh my God.
I'm going to tell you.
Such a pet
Sometimes
peeve of mine.
they don't even care.
Such a pet peeve.
But it's great.
I roll from upstairs down to my office. I don't even bother wiping the spit off. Like, let's just get going.
When I get
wanna
a
work
chance
from
to work
home.
from home, if I have to come in, I'm like hours. It's hours from when I wake up to when I get here. So I'm here late all the time. But if I have to roll out of bed and then walk the 50 feet or whatever it is to over where my computer is, I've got the drool, I've got the coffee smell in the air,
Butt nakedness happening.
and I've got posts going up at like 8 a.m. and people are like, "She's up," because they're so used to seeing me later in the afternoon. I love working from home. Love it.
I really need like an honest to God, real for sure job where I work from home, and not one of those crazy things like somebody posted about one on a page group that we're in,
Right.
and I asked about it, and it turns out it's not what I thought it was going to be. It looked like it was pertaining to the kind of work I do now, but it's not.
Well,
It's multi-level marketing.
licking envelopes, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I do it for quite a few hours a day. That's not even my job, but that's what I do anyway.
There's what is the main one? Medical transcribing.
Medical
transcribing.
transcription, Yeah.
That's like one of the main home jobs that is popular. I knew a couple of calligraphers who had that job,
Yeah.
so they could supplement their income with medical transcription.
I mean, most of those jobs are like completely commission based, and I mean, I understand.
Some
but
legit jobs are completely commission based.
Commission based just makes you,
working
the more
from
money you
home.
want, the more things you'll do, right?
But I am not that motivated.
It just means you'll hustle.
Hooking is commission based.
True.
Again, not a hooker. I'm too lazy to be a hooker because I have seen exactly how much work and effort you have to put into marketing yourself as a hooker. I mean, it's just as much as if you were trying to be a rapper. I mean, you got to hire PR people and people to edit your video and shit.
That's an escort. There's a difference. A hooker's on Boulder Highway. A hooker's someone who just kind of hangs out there and will hop in your car and do it, do what you need done and get out.
$40 for a BJ.
An escort's very entrepreneurial. An escort always has to market themselves. They have people, helping them behind the scenes. We know quite a few
We do.
escorts, and we know that it takes a lot of work. It's not.
It does. It's not. Yeah, becoming an escort is not like just putting an ad on Craigslist and suddenly you're going to be rich. Like there's some there's some fucking work that needs to go into that.
Right.
And you know what? Too much work for me.
I thought I could have at one time, probably when I was younger and stupid and didn't care, could have been an escort or lady of the evening or hooker or whatever.
Mhm.
You still could be.
Well, no, I
a
can't.
fetish provider.
No, I can't, because I've seen some of the people that you have to deal with as
Right.
a lady of the evening on whatever realm, right? And I can't handle most of the people I meet in real life now, let alone
Imagine
the
the people who
I would
hire
have to
ladies.
hang out with, show my boobies to, or have sex with. No, there's just no way.
I have a friend who asked me once about I don't think it's a thing now, but she was a phone sex operator, and she's like, "Do you want to do it? It's something you could do at night, do it from home." And I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, well, I mean, I could do it later, and it's great. And then I thought, you know what? I'm the kind of person who would be like, is that me? No. I'd be like, you're fucking disgusting. And I wouldn't be able to keep them on the calls. I'd be too honest. I'm like, you want to put what where? Like, no, fuck you.
I could do it. I could totally be a sex phone. But I don't. Does anyone even do sex phone anymore?
I
What
don't know
about
if they do it
cam?
anymore.
Cam
You know what?
girl.
I
Could you
thought
be a cam
about-
girl?
Well, I thought about being a cam girl, but there is just as much work in that as there is being a hooker. I mean, just as much. I'm too social media lazy for that. I made one. I liked like 3 posts and made a single post for myself. Do you guys know when the last time was I tweeted? Is over a year ago.
That's true. I tag her all the time in tweets, and she never replies.
I don't even see it. I don't even open my Twitter. I can't even remember the. You know what? I can't even log into my Twitter account online because I don't remember my password.
You can request
Now-
a new.
I know, but then I have to change it on my app.
The webcam models, just the same as an escort. A lot goes into that too.
A lot of
Like
work.
they have to be very. You always have to do it. Have set times. If you want to get a consistent crowd and people who will come back, you have to do it at set times. They have to. Gosh, like some of them that we know, I know, people know.
We know quite a few.
We do. And so you have to try and get tips. So you want to keep them in there, get them tipping, get them to take you.
Yeah, besides the
Private.
technology that you have to learn, because you
Yes.
either have to join with a site that already provides the technology for you, for people
Create
to come
your
in
own.
and pay for the time that they're in, and then the ability to give you tips, or you have to be able to do the programming to where you can make that happen. So
Now, we have one of our friends, Tyra. She's been on the show before, one of our TS models, and she's a webcam model. And she has a guarantee. Like, there is a cum shot at the end of every webcam episode. And you nodded your head pretty fast there. I'm just
He's like,
saying.
yeah, of course there
I'm
is.
just saying. But it's a guarantee. Like,
Hey, no judging.
that's- No, I'm just kidding.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she
Oh
is.
my gosh.
I've
She
watched
is.
a number of her cum scenes.
are we getting
Um,
her on anytime soon?
Do you want her on?
Yeah.
I'll get her on. She's hosting an event this Saturday,
All right.
but I'll be there. So I'll bring her in. Yeah. She's amazing. She's up for another transgender erotica award.
Nice.
She was up for an AVN. I was just recently in November. She was up for Miss Trans Las Vegas or something along those lines, and she won.
Yeah, just
So,
let her know about the format change so she knows what to talk
yeah,
about.
she's cool. Yeah. Well, we'll let her know. But that's a lot of work.
It is a
like,
lot of
that's
work.
a huge guarantee.
The one thing I have thought about doing, because it doesn't require that much work, because there's already perverts on the website, is doing some low core porn. That means like probably no vagina at all, even.
Total soft
No,
core?
no, not even softcore. Like no vagina at all. Just like
Oh.
boobs, maybe feet.
I don't remember seeing vaginas in softcore.
You would see a vagina. You wouldn't see inside. You wouldn't see
Right.
penetration, but you would see vagina.
Right.
You would see penis. You might see a blowjob or a handy, but probably not actual sex. But in this case, it would be like nothing that could technically be considered sexual. I thought about, because I do have pretty amazing boobs, doing like boob porn where it's just me like rubbing things all over them, like oil and jam and jellies and various food substances.
Hamburger.
Yeah, putting like sausages between my titties and stuff like that. Like I've thought about doing that because you could do a lot of stuff.
You and Cali Guy would have so much fun filming those.
We would.
And then you could make money.
And then we could make money.
You should do that.
And it would-
I
it
would
would
do
only
your
re-
social media
Would
for
you?
a cut.
Yeah.
I would subscribe.
Yeah.
Would no. You're too cheap. You're like me. You get your porn from Pornhub and X Hamster.
Totally.
If you want to see masturbation porn with toys, though, I got a website for you. I love amateur porn.
You should so do that because, yeah, with your boobs, you could make so much money.
I could make
Yeah,
a
you have
ton of
good
money.
You could.
I could.
I'd do your social media. I really would.
Really?
I would guest on there on your on one of your clips.
Let's see what I
With you
think.
massaging my neck again,
Oh,
like
with
you
my
did that one
boobs?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the
You know
best.
what we should do? We should do like a combo, and we should call it TNA, and then we can rub anything we rub on my boobs, we can put on your ass.
Oh my God!
So you watch the T video and then the A video.
For those of you
TNA.
who know about Toxie's ass, that would be a hell of a sight.
And we could call it Tina.
Hey,
TNA.
your site could support our show. Totally
What?
support the show.
We promise not to talk about our porn all the time.
Right. We'll make a regular commercial, like a 30-second, 1 minute, 1.5 minute.
Have you ever
infomercial.
wanted to watch strawberry jelly in a butt crack before? Tune in to Tina on Clips for Sale. And I'm totally writing that commercial
So funny.
right now in my head.
I can so see this video being used against me.
In a
Not
court
if
of-
they don't know it's you.
That how do you know it's my ass?
That's right.
That's right. I mean, that tattoo on my butt cheek that says "This is Toxie's ass" doesn't necessarily prove that this is my ass
I'm sure there's plenty of people in this country named Toxie.
with a fine ass.
Right.
I have a friend who she has this back tattoo. She was on before, Big Cutie Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So we always joke about, we have a story about a guy with a tramp stamp, which is a great story. But she was in a photo and I was clicking through and you're not really supposed to know it's her. It's from behind. And I'm like, I call her up and I'm like, dude, like I recognize your tattoo from anywhere. Anyone who knows this is you because of your tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
So she's very identifiable because of that.
That's why we don't put our tattoos in identifiable places.
Right, like our ass.
Right. Or the inside of our vagina. Well, whatever.
I'm not sure why you
I
wouldn't.
don't
put
think
it
I've ever
there.
seen a tattoo on the inside of a vagina.
Would you let someone pierce a butt cheek?
Of
How would they
mine?
pierce
Yeah.
it?
Big
Oh,
ass
yeah.
needle. Whoop, right through it.
What?
Yeah.
Like across the top or something?
Yeah, they
or-
use the big needles like when they're doing hanging sessions when they'll put a large bar through someone's
Why?
back. I was just asking.
Well, yeah, she's not really into that BDSM either.
I
so.
know. And I mean, I just told you guys the story of how I gagged at that last episode of The Walking Dead. Do you think I could be like, please stick that big needle in my ass?
I have to tell you,
Please.
I love getting your texts in the middle of the night when you go home from the show
When
and
you're
you watch an
binging,
episode and you go, "Oh my God!"
they killed Tyrese, and it's all your fault because you loved him, and Noah's dead because of me. I
Yes.
loved him.
Yes, I was warned. If you love a character,
They will die.
they will die. And so Tyrese is dead.
You can lust after all the characters you want. All the characters that are lustworthy still alive.
With some of the shows, with the season starting again, there are some shows starting again, like The Voice is back, which I love.
I love The Voice.
And Walking Dead is almost ending here. We've got 3 or 4 more episodes left. But then Fear of the Walking Dead with its 15 episodes, I believe,
I think
for
it's
the next
15,
is
yeah.
coming. And so we're gonna have like an all nothing but TV show.
You know what I think we should do?
Where we talk about TV shows.
If you can find a way to totally binge out on the rest of Walking Dead up to the season finale with us,
Okay.
I think the Tuesday after the season finale we should have
A Walking Dead show.
wrap up show. Yeah, we should have like a Fat Girls Talking Dead. Like that's what we should do.
That's awesome. Fat Girls Talking Dead. I love that.
Okay.
I listened to a
Although I
couple
think
of.
Talking Dead might be trademarked, so we may not. Be
There
able
is a
to-
show called Talking Dead, but if we call it Fat Girls Talking Dead, then it's different,
I guess.
right?
Yeah, sure. We're going with that. Take that in your copyright lawyer butt and shove it.
So I listened to a couple of podcasts, and one of them I still haven't deleted from my iTunes podcasting automatic subscription thing yet, but I need to because every time I listen to that show, the two fuckers who host that show don't know what the hell they're talking about half the time, and I'm like, no, that's not the reason why. Oh my god, that's what's happened, and I'm so always
Which one?
yelling. It's I can't remember. It's either The Talking Dead or The Walking Dead. No, it's The Talking Dead. It's The Talking Dead. I love those guys, and when I first listened to the show, it was great, but half the time they don't know. They don't remember things that happened in the past. I'm like a better host than either of those guys. But I still listen to it every week because I haven't deleted it yet. But they piss me off every week. So yeah, we can do our own.
Do you
Okay.
listen to any podcasts?
This one.
I have like a ton that I listen to.
I do too.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that sometimes it's real bad. Sometimes I get done with all of because my podcasts are only on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, which really kind of pisses me off. And by Thursday mid-afternoon, I might be done with all my podcasts. So I'm immediately on my podcast app trying to find more fucking podcasts to listen to.
You should subscribe to TED Radio Hour because they're intermittent. They just kind of show up, and they're only like 10, 15, 20 minutes long.
I did that, and then I listened to they started recycling them again. Like I got to be careful with This American Life and
Oh, yeah,
Radio
yeah.
Lab because they recycle episodes, and I've been listening to them for so many years now that it's like I just listened to this motherfucker 2 years ago. Why am I listening to this shit again?
So maybe we'll include podcasts and stuff like that on our
Yeah.
media show. We'll do a whole new media show where we talk about all kinds of media, but especially significantly The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since
Can
you're
we talk
caught up.
about my obsession with Netflix and Hulu
Yes.
and why I never need to leave my house?
Yes. I'm right with you. I am
I
right with you.
I am not on the Hulu bandwagon yet, but as soon as my living situation changes, I'm dropping my cable
Right.
and I'm going all streaming because I have figured that for about $100 a month, I can upgrade to some of the fastest internet on the planet.
I have to get you guys a photo shot of my parents, my mom and her new husband, my stepdad.
They're streaming.
They
box.
got it's called the Android box.
The problem with calling it the Android box, there's like
Oh,
800
no, I know.
different versions.
But I have a photo. I took a photo on my phone, so I know it's somewhere because I sent it to you.
Mhm.
I think and what they got, and they get everything. She even watches Game of Thrones. When the new season starts, she'll be able to watch it.
Do they have a subscription to something?
No,
I wonder how legal this is.
I think it's a pretty. I don't know.
Is
I
it
don't know.
borderline?
Just say yes. It's all subscriptions, and she pays for all of
I'm
them.
pretty sure, but they paid what $100 for this box, and they get like crazy all the TV. It's incredible.
I
And
really need to
movies.
see it.
I watched a brand new movie over there.
Really quick, I just want to catch everyone up
Yeah.
here. Callie Guy said, crap, my connection faded, and I missed the whole discussion about boob porn and what Sierra and I should do.
She'll give you a physical demonstration.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
Bring the chocolate sauce. And then
And-
fluffernutter.
Vendetta wants to know if any of us have read The Walking Dead.
Reddit.
No,
the
we have
comic?
not. No, I have not read a single issue yet. I've really thought about starting it, especially since the comic book is so far. But the problem is the comic book is so far ahead of the show, and I know how fast I read. I could devour the entire series and bring it up to speed in the comic books in probably a week or two.
If you're able to get the issues now.
You can get them all in ebook format from Barnes and Noble, Amazon, iBooks. They're all
Oh,
available.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wendy of Neverland, welcome back. Haven't seen her in a minute.
Yay, Wendy!
I know she's been
Wendy!
listening after. She said Mike Rowe's new podcast called The Way I Heard it. It's pretty good.
I binged every episode that he had, and I'm currently up to date. It's fucking fabulous. It's a 5-minute podcast about history. You'll love it. You will love it.
Mike Rowe, the
I'm
dirty
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
the
the
dirty
Microworks
jobs.
guy.
He's sexy.
He,
I'm a
fuck yeah,
I'm a
he is.
Dan Carlin history guy. I love Dan Carlin's history. I can't remember the name of it. Hardcore history. That's it. Love that.
No, he says this is for people who are interested in history but have short attention spans. It's a whole history lesson in like 5 minutes.
So Dan Carlin is like the absolute opposite. I just finished
3 hour long podcast.
They're 3 to 4 hour long pieces, and there's like 5 parts to them. So it's like an entire course lecture from college or something like that.
Crazy pants.
But I love it.
Yeah, no.
Wait, it's a course lecture?
No, it's as
like
long as one. I was watching Wrath of the Khans, where he's talking about Genghis Khan, right? And each recording is like an hour and a half to maybe 3 hours long, and there's 5 parts to it. So it's like 7 hours.
Holy balls.
Of history about
Shaka Khan.
The Khans.
Is Shaka in there?
Hey, we got to do your curse word of the week.
All right, curse word of the week.
It's going to post here on our Facebook here in a second.
In like 5 minutes.
It's time for the curse word of the week, brought to you by Sierra from SinCityBounty.com.
No, curse word of the week this week is cunt ripper. Obviously, the very first definition of cunt ripper is a very large penis. And now, let me define large penis for you, because length is not necessarily cunt ripping. It's girth that will rip your cunt up. So it's those girthy dudes.
Actually, I think I changed it to a very girthy penis.
A very girthy penis?
Or a penis with great girth or something like that.
Sure. And the next one is the motherfucker who steals your parking space. Knows you've been waiting for your fucking parking space. You know, when you're sitting there, you got your blinker on, you're waiting for your parking space. The car pulls out, but in the wrong direction for you to sneak in behind the car. So that fucking asshole who's on the other side, who is in the right position to sneak in, he sneaks into your fucking parking space. And you pull up and you roll down your window and you start yelling at him. And he's like, what? I'm like, you didn't see me in my giant fucking truck with my blinker on, getting red in the face and screaming at you as you were pulling into my parking spot, you cunt ripper. Cunt ripper.
Is
Driving with
is
me
there
is
a different version of that? I love the meaning. I love the intent.
Is there another word to use besides cunt ripper?
Yes.
Vagina smasher? No, not
No,
smasher.
no.
It's not as effective for me to scream out the window.
You twat tire, you! No.
Twat tire?
No, that's an OBGYN. You gotta write that down because I won't remember.
Tire? T-I-R-E?
No,
like
T-Y, no, T, like, I'm tying your tubes, tire. Twat tire. It's an OBGYN. So you all know, this is how greatness is born. That just became, I birthed that brainchild, birthed that brainchild right here on this show, a twat tire, OBGYN. No more is it my lady Bit's doctor. I'm going to see my twat tire. Although my last OBGYN was technically my twat burner. She burned mine.
I'm trying to think of all the synonyms for ripper. So cutter, slicer, dicer, terror.
You just call him a pencil dick. It's usually a dude who does it. So you just yell out, you fucking pencil dick cocksucking son of a bitch.
But it's the complete opposite. A cunt ripper
Right.
and a pencil dick are antonyms.
They are antonyms.
Big words. See that? Y'all trying to confuse me now.
We'll figure it out. I'm sure our fabulous and wonderful Lawrence of Arabia will figure something out.
Hey, let's get to some news. Let's talk about some stuff that we want to talk about. Let's do your America What the Fuck.
America. What the fuck? Why can we not keep violent criminals in jail? Half the time we can't even get them all the way into jail before they decide to break out of jail. Like I'm not a month goes by, not a week goes by where you don't hear about 3 rapists who killed and raped 45 people escaped from a maximum security prison with, like, they must be MacGyver fans because like chewing gum and a fucking paperclip, and they got out of maximum security prison. I've watched Orange is the New Black. It really is not that easy to escape from prison unless you have cancer
all
and transport
escaped on
plans.
Orange is the New Black.
Well, that's because they tore down the fence on accident. But anyway,
That was the season ender, right? Of the last one.
when they were all running out. Woo!
Yeah.
I haven't watched House of Cards yet, so don't spoil anything.
I haven't
for me.
watched it either
I've
yet.
watched it.
Have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've watched it.
But anyway, there was just this week, just within the last 7 days, 2 violent criminals. This happens in LA again. Like, I don't know how many times this happens in LA. Get your fucking shit together, LA. Escape from LA. Just a fucking movie. Just a fucking movie. Anyway, they escaped out of the transport van, taking them to maximum security prison.
Do you think guards are getting lazy or not caring
Or paid.
Yeah, they're not paid that well.
when I
either.
used to manage
Paid to help.
When I used to manage a convenience store, you don't get paid crap
No.
working at a convenience store. If somebody comes in and wants to steal some shit, unless you're one of those principled people that, you can't steal my stuff.
And then they get shot in the ass.
Right. You kind of let them walk out the door stealing whatever the hell they want. You don't get paid
But
enough
don't
to
forget the
deal with that
Cheetos,
kind of
yo.
stuff.
Don't forget to
So if you got violent criminals that are trying to get out, are you going to really do your damnedest to stop them if you're not getting paid enough?
I have a gun and I will shoot them. Boom.
But they're not exactly running out in front of the guards. So it's not as if they're being lazy. They're not like, "Hey guys, catch you later." They're very intelligent and they're finding ways to escape.
Then we need more intelligent security guards, or at least more intelligent consultants on
Are
how
they willing to pay for those though?
They better be, because I'm sick and fucking tired. Of course, we haven't really had one happen in Vegas yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
That has been reported on.
Oh, that's true. That has been reported on.
There's a lot of stuff that happens in this town that doesn't get reported on.
Or they take those brilliant ones who are able to manage to escape. They hire them.
That's what the government
by
does with
security
hackers.
firm or by a security firm. Yes, just like with hackers, they hire them to
keep yourself in, man.
Yeah.
It boggles my ever fucking loving mind the amount of money we pour into our detention system, our prison system, and we can't even keep a drug dealer who all he ever done is smoke a little pot and sell some pot to his friends. We can keep him from escaping jail.
Maybe,
but we can't keep some dude who's killed 5 people and raped 3 of them in the mouth before they died without.
Maybe that's the main issue, is that we have poured so much money into the system and the system is not working.
No, the system does not work. The system is absolutely broken.
We have, Wendy even said, because the prisons are full of harmless potheads.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of people in who actually, for drug crimes, like minor drug crimes, in many cases are in longer than the people who
killed someone.
Yeah.
Yes, that's ridiculous. The war on drugs in the 80s created these terrible sentences that really no longer apply anymore. In almost half of the states in our wonderful and fabulous union, the United States of America, pot is legal. In some form or another, pot is legal. I don't think that Rastafarian Bob needs to be in jail because he had an ounce of weed on him when he got pulled over. Honestly, I would just be like, you take half, I take half, let's go.
Pot's only legal in like 2 states, isn't it?
It's
3, I think.
3,
but it's legalized for medical
2
use.
in the District of Columbia, I think.
It's legal to smoke weed in California. You just can't buy it or sell it. It's legal to smoke it, but you can't buy it or sell it.
In Alaska, you can grow your own.
Yeah. And medical marijuana is legal in more than half.
Right, that's different. Like
but there's still state laws that make it legal, not federal law.
Right. But in most cases, it's the state who tries and convicts and sentences these people.
Hey, we've got a huge contingent of marijuana advocates here on the station. I could always get one if you guys want.
You know what?
For the
Okay.
show?
I do not. I'll be honest. I don't smoke weed. I don't.
I miss it.
I do too. Not because I don't wanna, but because I might need to apply for a job and have to take a legal weed test, and I don't have a card, so
even with a card, just really quick.
A lot of jobs can say no.
Yeah, it is up to. There's no federal law that okays it.
Right.
So a job can still turn you down if you fail a drug test and you have a legal card.
Yeah.
Even in like
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it because I would never get anything done. I'm a veg on the couch, eat Cheetos.
I am
Watch
a play with
TV.
my lips in the corner, giggle and pass out person. That's what I do.
So I'd
But
never get anything done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm
I
a
need
drooler.
I need to like get a nice, secure, stable $40,000 a year job that I know I can work at for the rest of my life, and then I can go back to smoking pot again. I mean, and it's not like I was ever
I'd never.
there
be able
was
to.
a little while where I was like a major pothead, but it's been. I'm trying to count. So I had a nibble of a pot cookie like 3 years ago. I'm trying to think about the last time I actually smoked weed. And it was a long ass time ago. I can't remember.
Does weed play into your story about Richard Simmons?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Can we get to that? Are you done with your
Oh, I'm done. America, what the fuck?
Because she texted us earlier. She goes, I want to talk about Richard Simmons. And we're like, what?
She's like, I want to talk about the disappearance of Richard Simmons. And I said, oh, the mothership came back. Picked him up.
So America loves Richard Simmons. I don't care who you are. You
Well,
have to love Richard Simmons.
I do.
I do love him.
He has been a staple in our homes for many years. Who hasn't sweated to the oldies at some point?
Well, I sweat with the oldies.
So
Sorry,
Richard
babe.
Simmons, he always would be, you'd see him pop up on TV on occasion, or
He's always making fun of himself.
right, he's still very glittery, and
The last time I saw him was on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
right.
I saw him on that show.
He's
Yes.
fabulous.
Another time there was like one of the entertainment shows, like the entertainment
Like
reporting
E
shows.
or something?
One of those, yeah.
Right.
They were doing a live broadcast from somewhere, and he just happened to be in the same place and like popped in, and he's like, "Hey, everyone!" Really great sport. Sometimes he'll cameo on stuff. Well, he hasn't been actually seen out in public in 2 years.
What?
And you know what? You're absolutely right. I have not seen
Yes.
him for a long time.
But you think you have. When you first hear about it, you're like, I see Richard Simmons everywhere. But not for 2 years.
Why?
So, well, his friends have reported to the police and requested wellness checks. They said he's being held hostage.
Wait. His friends haven't even seen him in 2
No,
years?
they have not. He's cut off contact with
'Cause it's-
friends.
It's pretty serious when you're asking
Yes.
for a wellness check.
Yes.
My friends are coming over to my house if they heard from me in like 3 days. So
So they did a wellness check maybe about a year ago, and it turns out, he said he was fine. And these friends are going, we're still not seeing him. We're still not hearing from him. We feel that his brother, his manager, and his housekeeper are keeping him locked away.
now is he
So-
suffering from some great mental disorder?
That's what
or
he
something?
kind of said. So he went on, nobody has seen him, but he went on the Today Show and did a radio or over the phone
Mhm.
and said, hey, everyone, I'm okay. Everything's fine. I wanted to step away from the spotlight. I'm just taking care of a few issues, working through a few things. I'm fine.
I wonder if he's going to come out as Regina Simmons.
No, but his friends are going, we didn't see him. We heard him over the
Oh,
radio, and
right.
he's still being held hostage. And they're trying to get the police involved again, and the police are like, we've already
Wait.
done a wellness check.
Where did the being held hostage come in?
That he's not necessarily hostage, that might not be the best word, but that he's being controlled by these 3 people in his life. And they even have, like, TMZ had, when they were at his house and the housekeeper standing out there, like, keeping an eye on things.
Wow.
And yeah, and they asked him on their phone interview, they said, is your housekeeper holding you hostage? And he's like, she's been with me 30 years. She is a dear, sweet family. Absolutely not. But it still was a very somber kind of interview.
Right.
And
Not very
even
Richard
after
Simmons-y?
that, yeah, people are still like,
You know what I think?
Are they sending Castle in to go find out
they
the
should.
truth?
They should send Richard Castle in to find out.
Get him, Castle, get him.
Go undercover?
It sounds to me less like he's being held hostage and more like he's having some very serious medical problems, whether mental or physical. And, if this housekeeper has been his housekeeper for 30 years, she's probably mother henning the fuck out of him and just keeping him under wings so that he's not. Maybe something's happened. Like, okay, maybe he's lost all of his fucking hair. Richard Simmons
Maybe.
is pretty well known for all of his hair, and maybe he's just
Embarrassed or
totally embarrassed to go
Yeah.
out in public because he doesn't look like Richard Simmons anymore.
Well, he said, here's his quote from the phone interview. I just sort of wanted to be a little bit of a loner for a while. I hurt my knee. I had problems with it. My knees were giving me trouble, and I just wanted to take care of me. Though speculation that Revelis is manipulating him, that's the housekeeper, is just very silly, Simmons said. So.
I have a feeling, but maybe I watch too much television or Netflix or Hulu, that someone is going to go in there and find out the truth. And
It'd be
if
some
he
Norman
is,
Bates shit.
If he is being held hostage, they'll report it. And if it's true that he wants to keep quiet and because he lost his hair or hurt his knee or whatever, they won't say anything. So people will speculate forever.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
So it's not, again, hostage isn't the right word. It was more he's
Right.
being controlled.
Right.
He's being controlled.
So I totally think he's fine, but I think it would be great if we found out it was some Norman Bates shit and like the housekeeper's like faking his voice.
Well, think about it. I've done things publicly, like not like on social media or anything like that, but I've done things like at a party with friends or something like that, where I've said something where I totally regretted doing it.
Right.
And so I would like hermit up a little bit and just not be available to any friends because I'm really embarrassed by it and I need it to blow over. Maybe he saw himself on TV because he's crazy and wild and does some crazy things when he was on television. Maybe he saw himself and said, "Oh, I got to stop being this guy."
But not in the 70s. Like
No.
Probably
I'm talking up like when I saw him on Whose
he's
Line Is It
he's
Anyway,
in like
right?
the 70s. He's in his 70s or something now.
Right.
He's much more mature. I would think he'd come to that realization like in his 40s or 50s.
Are you kidding me?
You would think.
Have you met Donald Trump?
I have revelations. I've been having revelations about myself forever.
I mean,
Speaking of Trump,
you're mature.
I'm mature?
Yeah.
In what way do you mean?
In age. You're
let's
more mature than I am.
Don't make me throat
I'm the
punch you.
youngest
Let's-
one
let's-
in the room.
Let's skip Trump for a minute and let's go to your Kim Kardashian story.
All right. So Kim Kardashian last week posted a selfie blacking out, her boobs and her vag.
She actually did the blocking out?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she did. She had the bars on it.
That's cool.
And she posted saying, just jokingly, like, I have nothing to wear.
Right.
When you have nothing to wear. And people had a field day with it.
Some people are bagging on her body. Some people are bagging on.
And some famous people. Not just people. Because people are stupid anyway, right? You go in the Twitter sphere and you get some of the craziest people come out of the woodwork for stuff like this.
And not just people like bagging on, like, am I wrong to say that I've seen people being like, you shouldn't make fun of people who literally have nothing to wear?
Yes. There have been people who said that.
That's fucking ridiculous, yo. You're taking this PC thing way too motherfucking far, yo. She's just naked in the photo. And she ain't even all the way naked. She got black bars on, so you don't know if she is all the way naked.
Well, Toxie has a couple of famous people that said stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the feedback was, one of the big things is the fact that she was a mother. And, how are you going, what is this showing our children? So, for example,
that it's okay to be naked?
Let's see here. And my computer's very slow, so.
I have the names here if you want me to.
Bear with me. Bette Midler had said, Kim Kardashian tweeted a nude selfie today. If Kim wants us to see a part of her we've never seen, she's going to have to swallow the camera. And it kind of escalated from there, which I won't go into, the whole banter. But basically, in the end, Bette Midler tweeted sort of a selfie of herself where you could see her from behind in the mirror, but she did it for charity. So she said, go and donate to nerds for a school.
So she did it too, just because it was for charity. It's okay,
right? Mm-hmm. Pierce Morgan, whom I adore, but sometimes he's an asshole.
Which is why I adore him.
I know the old man's $5 million in debt, Kim, but this is absurd. Want me to buy you some clothes?
Oh my God!
And she went back and had said to him, I have to find her quote, but basically she had said to him, don't ever offer a married woman Don't ever offer to buy a married woman some clothing. That's some Ashley Madison stuff right there.
Ooh, that's funny.
But that's in response to his wife had been on Ashley Madison when all the names
Ooh.
came out. Piers Morgan's
In
wife was on there.
case you guys who are listening to the podcast or
Have
watching
been
this
living
video,
under a rock.
we are all Kim Kardashian supporters here because number one of the big things that was said about her was that you're a mother, how could you do this? Just because you're a mom doesn't mean you're not sexy anymore. Number one.
Also doesn't mean you can't flaunt what you got. And I'm gonna tell you, that
Right.
girl got some stuff.
And the second big one was you're a wife, or you make women all seem like tarts when you do something like
Right.
this, and you're a wife.
There've even
Please.
been people bagging on her body, telling her she's fat and
Oh, for
disgusting and
years.
shouldn't
Right.
be.
I
But here, can I throw my 2 cents out there? Okay, here's my 2 cents on it. I'm not a big Kardashian fan.
Nope.
I don't like the Kardashians.
Nope.
I will, however, stand right next to a naked motherfucker on her Twitter page, especially when she's not showing any actual nudity. It's just skin, the same shit you would see if she was in a bikini, and say, this is okay. This is perfectly acceptable. The fact that she's so comfortable with herself, whatever shape, fashion, or form she's in, I don't care if she was Twiggy. If she was able to be confident enough in her body to post that and post it to millions and millions of people, that's awesome. That's fabulous.
Now, Chloe Grace Moretz, or I might be pronouncing it wrong. She's an actress, pretty well known. She said, I truly hope you realize how important setting goals are for young women, teaching them we have so much more to offer than that. And she responded, than just our bodies. So here's the thing. I mean, as a mom, I do kind of agree. I'd probably prefer that my daughter not make her money off of her body and making that be her sole focal point. But if she does, why do you give a fuck?
Right.
Don't contribute to it. Don't buy her clothing. Don't download her game. Don't
Right.
watch her shows. Like, don't do any of that. If you don't,
Yeah, if
support
you don't-
that, you don't have to.
Yeah.
There,
You can boycott the Kardashians.
there's a lot of people who are there's a lot of think tanks out there that are saying things like the reason why this bothers so much people is she does absolutely nothing.
Well, here's the thing. She is a fucking entrepreneur. She is the ultimate definition of an entrepreneur. If we're talking about what a fabulous man Donald Trump is and how he's so entrepreneurial and built this empire, Kim fucking Kardashian did the same exact thing. I don't care if it started out with, her vagina and a penis. She has what she has grown it into is really kind of impressive. And they've all branched off. I mean, she has, her mom has kind of been a genius as well. Her siblings were pretty smart in their business ventures.
Let's lay it out there. These ladies really only kind of famous 10 years ago, 15 years ago,
Right.
because they were related to the former Kris Jenner. Now he's Caitlyn Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
But
Whatever.
No.
Whatever.
That's not why they were famous. Their father was OJ's lawyer. That also
That contributed
gave them
to it,
contributed a little bit
But
to
they
who
got the
were.
TV show. They
Right.
got the TV
They got
show.
the TV show. They brokered that deal. The Kardashians built that TV show. They're the
Right.
ones who
And Ryan Seacrest, I'm just saying.
Yeah. They're the ones who really turned it into an empire.
Right.
And I don't care how much you hate their big fat piggy toes sticking out of their clear shoes, which is why I really don't like the Kardashians, because they wear some fucked up ass shoes with their fucked up ass feet. I don't care if you got your own ideas about why they are terrible for society and terrible for little girls and all that other stuff. They have built a fucking empire almost out of nothing. Like, they took their spirit and their selves and turned themselves into an empire, and
They're
that
household names.
they
Absolutely.
are they're household names.
And people associated with them are household names as well. Now, Kanye West, of course, he's his own conglomerate even beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But being part of that, I mean, he's an asshole. Again, he's pretty douchey, but he's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
He's a motherfucking entrepreneurial genius. He has built his brands. People associated with them, I mean, have built their brands. Kate has built her brand, has
Mhm.
completely rebranded herself, completely, and built a brand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're geniuses.
And you have to admire that. I mean, you don't have to like it,
Right.
but you damn sure. Listen,
But
you
there
ain't
are-
got $5 million to spend on a brand new pair of jeans, and they do. And maybe that makes you mad, but you ain't doing shit to change it.
There are plenty of people that do like it. My mom loves the Kardashians.
Does she?
Yep, she always says this one's prettier this week, this one's prettier next week. So my mom loves them.
That's funny.
Your mom cracks me up.
So my story this week, we've got what, 5 minutes left? 3.5. So I had this whole 10 different kinds of animals and how they have sex because our buddy, our friend, the love of my life, Neil deGrasse Tyson, put out a tweet that said if there were ever a species for whom sex hurt, it surely went extinct long ago. And the science Twitterverse went fucking crazy.
Insane and
because and I'm just gonna start listing them, right? So like cats, male cats have barbs on their penis.
They insert their penis and it's like a barbed arrowhead. It won't come out until they've ejaculated.
Right. So everybody says the shit's gotta hurt. Come on now. The shit's gotta hurt. Sierra said they're fucking cats. They're evil. Maybe they like it.
They probably like it.
Bed bugs, it's traumatic insemination. They never went into detail. Snails get stabbed in the head with sex spikes. Spiders go crazy and snap their penises off. Female ducks have a corkscrew vagina. In fact, female ducks get raped.
They're held down and raped.
They're held down and raped. Male bees have some of their innards ripped out, or they just explode.
You're making this all sound sexy.
Right. Box jellyfish's sperm packets are covered with stingy cells. Male silverfish stab through the female's abdomen to have sex. There are species of frogs that a whole bunch of them will pile onto one female and they'll just drown the female together.
Drown her in semen. They drown her in frog sperm.
Now, you have to think, though, it must not always be like this, or else there would be no frogs. And the same with elephant seals. Sometimes their mating is so
traumatic,
graphic and traumatic that they crush their mate, right? So, but there are still elephant seals. So
the female praying mantis chews the head off the male praying mantis during coitus.
And then, of course, we all know praying mantises eat the head off the male after they've had sex. And there are some spiders that eat the male's head during sex. So anyway, so many people went freaking crazy on this one tweet by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And my favorite one was from Daniel Landers, or at Daniel_Landers. He said the only explanation for Neil Tyson's tweet is that he's a virgin and sex is the one thing he doesn't understand, or he was hacked by Kanye West.
I'm going with hacked by Kanye West because I'm going to tell you, there's a sexy fucking scientist.
I think that was one of my favorite response tweets to it. Another one from Emerging Economist. He said he could not believe the tone of people against Neil deGrasse Tyson for this one tweet.
I wonder if he was drunk tweeting. Like or stoned tweeting. I think he's a pretty big proponent of medical legal marijuana. He might have been stoned tweeting.
Vendetta said croak to death.
Croak to death.
Yeah. Bukkakied to death.
Anyway, I still love Neil deGrasse Tyson, even though he also had a Trump tweet that was kind of rough this week that a lot of people went crazy on, but I still love him to death.
You guys are so funny. The science world went crazy over this, and I'm over here like, I didn't hear about this.
Now you know several different ways how animals get raped during sex, though.
Awesome.
Hey, and they're still around.
We are SinCityBounty. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. No Instagram yet. These girls won't do it.
Vine.
We do have a Vine and a Periscope. Although we barely post on them. No, we didn't get we were trying to
Vine her getting
into her chair, but it didn't work. We'll be back next Tuesday, maybe.
Stay tuned for more details.
We love you.
Peace out. Bye.
Watch out for those Well, I'm calling out, yeah, kitty, kitty. While I'm the one that's ready to pounce. How could such a cute bus be so dangerous?